afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our YouTube channel.
Hello guys, my name is Themba Madonsela.
And I am Nomfundo Madonsela, and we are members of a blended family sharing our journey.
Yep, the objective of the page, we keep on repeating it, is to ensure that we start being conscious around a blended family and the challenges that present themselves.
100%, and we just want others to learn.
Yes.
From our journey, and also we're also willing to learn from others' journeys.
Because
yes, so that we make sure that we have healthy, thriving blended families within our community.
Correct.
So,
what are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about the other parent, i.e., your ex.
Okay, wait up. The other parent.
Yes.
Who's the other parent here?
In my instance, it would be my ex-husband.
Okay.
And in your instance, it would be your ex-wife.
All right. So we're looking at how they fit into this blended family setup.
Yes.
Okay.
All
right.
So
very key.
We have 3 points that we're going to discuss under this topic.
All
and
right.
Then after, you will share your greatest learning in this area, and I'll also share my greatest learning in this area of the other parent or your ex-partner.
Okay.
So point number 1 is you cannot wish your ex away.
They are there.
They are there. You can't pretend like they don't exist. You can't exclude them from being a part of your life, especially when there are children that are involved.
So no matter, even if you move to New York, they are always part of your life.
I mean, think of it this way: you have a child with this person, and the child will always want his mother, in your instance, and his father, in my instance. And again, I would just like to say that we're not talking about an instance where maybe the courts have ruled that it is in the best interest that the child be removed or be taken away from the other parent for safety reasons. I'm talking about where it's just okay, like us. We're okay, they are there. We don't always see to eye, maybe on certain things, but I cannot wish the other person away.
Okay, so I'm just thinking here. So if they are always there and they are not going anywhere, why don't we try, or why don't you try to ensure that the relationship is positive and the relationship is nice? Because you will meet them at the mall. Yep. You will meet them at the sports ground when your son is playing or your daughter is playing. You will meet them at the collection of awards. So why don't you ensure that you become intentional about building a positive, good relationship so that it's always positive?
So I think that brings us actually to our second point. So second point is to say, now that we've established that this person is not going anywhere, let's work on communication and the building of an effective relationship between us as a team and the other person, so that we are able to co-parent effectively.
I think this is a very important point. So second point is communication.
Yes.
So I think for me, communication is super important, because what it does is that, remember, communication is not a one-way type of relationship or communication. It's a two-way. In order for you to speak better and be understood, you have to listen better and you have to understand.
So does that mean that there's certain elements of yourself that you need to work on as well to be able to be an effective communicator? What it's difficult, I think, because if I also, depending on the circumstances surrounding what happened between you and your ex, you might feel entitled to a superior platform in this level of, or in this communication, where you feel like you're communicating from a higher level. But is that actually communication? Is that effective communication?
So you have to deal with the feelings and the emotions that are brewing and boiling on the inside of you. As you see this person,
as you remember,
there's something that you said, and I'm just thinking about it. You said separating with someone is almost similar to death. It's just that the person doesn't die. You meet them at the mall.
You don't bury them. You see them walking around.
You see them walking around, right? So I think this communication is very essential. learn how to listen, learn how to understand, so that you yourself will be understood. And a powerful point.
100%.
And I think the one of the errors, sorry to drag you on this point, is sometimes we think we are better. Like if you take, for example, me, I think I'm a better parent to my child, right? And when I don't communicate and I close the communication, I get to lose out on some of the great ideas the other parent might have for the child.
And just to add on that, great ideas the other parent might have from the child or with regards to the child, based on their relationship with the child, which is not similar to yours. So you are eliminating a certain area of understanding when it comes to who your child is or how they function, what they think, by shutting out that other parent.
Interesting.
It's a difficult one, though. It's a very difficult one, because we tend to think that we cannot communicate effectively with people who are not necessarily our friends. You know what I mean? On sensitive issues like bringing up a child and things like that. So we tend to think that I can't communicate intimately. I hope I'm using the right word. I cannot communicate effectively with this person because they simply don't understand. And it's not the case, because he has the best interest of the child, as you have the best interest of the child.
You know, as I'm thinking around this, I'm thinking about scenarios where we've actually had to communicate. And I think one of the biggest challenge to most people, and I was one of them, is having tough conversations. And I think this is so important. You need to learn how to have a tough conversation without losing respect for the other party. You need to learn how to have a tough conversation with ensuring that whatever you are coming to, whatever the conclusion is a conclusion that's right for the collective. And third point.
Before we go to the third point, actually, let's move on to the third point. So the third point is, we must always remember that we are putting the interest of the child, the best interest of the child, come first.
So the reason why we are here is because the child is connecting us.
Yes.
Whatever we decide, whatever when we sit around the table and it becomes a tough conversation and we have to communicate, and our emotions are brewing, and I wanna get that thing across to say, Mara, I won't, whatever it may be, the child comes first.
The child comes first.
Okay.
The child is of paramount importance. So I wouldn't have to deal with you if it wasn't because of the child.
It would be a normal separation.
It would be
you go your way, and I go my way.
So I wouldn't have to deal with you because we would not have had a child. But now we have a child. And if I love my child and you love your child, we will collectively work towards what is in the best interest of this child. Sometimes does it call that you must uziehlise? Definitely. Does it call that you must sometimes walk away from a discussion to calm down and come back? Yes, it does. Because you are just regaining focus each time to say, what is in the interest of the child?
So it's okay if we are sitting with the other parent and we are talking about the child, and I start losing myself to the emotions, that I just say,
disengage.
Can we do this next time? It's okay.
But don't disengage ngobungala.
Okay.
Disengage because you understand it. This is not going to be effective.
Okay.
I need to walk away so that I can
come back a better person,
and then come back and engage
and put the interest of the child first. Okay, interesting, very interesting.
So let's sum it up.
All right.
I would like you to share.
Ladies first.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I'll share my greatest learning around the area of the other parent as it appeals to our journey. So I learned that in order for me to be able to do what's in the best interest of the child, to be able to communicate effectively with the other side, to be able to actually acknowledge that this person exists and they're not going anywhere, I had to go and heal. I had to go and deal with myself. I had to go and deal with my emotions, and then also realize I'm not dealing with that other parent from the perspective of a romantic relationship that we're in now. It's different now. So I can't bring all of that into this new way of doing business.
You were hurt.
I was hurt, so I needed to go and sort that out first, so that when I engage, I understand that, like, oh, I'm actually like dealing with a brother now. It's not like, you know, you want to stab this person every time you see them. So healing had to be a very great part of my journey. I'm sorry, I have two. The second one was understanding that me dealing with the other parent is not just me alone. It's actually me and you dealing with the other parent. Your involvement in the communication and the building of that relationship assisted, because then I didn't feel like I was caught between trying to negotiate for the child and then here trying to be the best wife that I can be to you. But collectively we decided, this is the stance that we're going to take. This is how we're going to approach communication with the other side. So it was not just an effort from my side, but it was something that we did collectively.
Interesting.
And then that also did not then, or communicating with the other side didn't then come and hamper my relationship with you.
Power. 2 points.
Yes.
I'll do one. So I think what I've learned, or my view regarding the other parent, is that I've seen in my journey, I've seen whenever there is squabbles, I'm using a big word now, whenever there is squabbles or issues or tension between the parents,
all four parents,
or it can be either all four parents or
three,
just between you and your ex, whenever there is squabbles or whenever there is tension, the child tends to suffer, either health-wise, or either at school or emotionally. It's as if they can sense it. It's as if they can sense it, and they don't become themselves. You know, they don't go out there and really want to engage and really want to participate in things. Even when they play sports, they're not really in it. But when the relationship is pure, when the relationship starts taking a positive, godly foundation, and it's about respect, tough conversation, yes, but we do them with respect. We look at each other in the eye and we tell each other what things we like, what we don't like, and we still hold a nice composure of love and unity. The child starts being free, and the child starts expressing themselves very well.
Power. So there's a lot that we can actually say under this.
There's a lot.
We will just talk it there for today, and please give us your experiences and give us your comments on the subject matter.
We were supposed to have a book that we'll give away. We'll do it in our next video.
Yes, we'll do it in our next
Please
video.
look out.
Yeah, look out for that. But in the interim, you can please comment and give us your perspective and your experiences. And we'd like to also say thank you to those who have been commenting on our videos. We see your comments and we really appreciate it. And we hope that others who come along and read your comments are also gaining strength and perspective in this whole blended family discussion and setup. So until our next video, bye.
Peace.